In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Let's try it again.
Holy shit, boys. You know what time it is.
Fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
You know who definitely knows what time it is?
I know what time it is.
John, what time is it?
This is the time where I masturbate, right?
Yeah, that's it right there.
It is time for another Freedom Friends Master Debates with the Master Debaters themselves, the Freedom Friends.
Coming to you live. Just kidding. Not even fucking close to live.
Close to live.
From the Warfighter Tobacco Studios in beautiful...
San Diego?
Which means a whale's vagina, as we all know.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're in
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio.
It's like the Mexican version of a whale's.
Antonio.
It's a Mexican whale's vagina. Right?
I don't know where that came from.
I don't... What?
I don't know.
I'm so confussed.
Yeah.
I'm verklempt.
I'm verklempt.
Wow. So are we debating
this
San
coffee
Diego versus
talk?
San Antonio, or what is the debate
What is
today?
our debate topic
hands
there,
down, San Antonio
there
wins.
producer
Yeah.
Justin?
All right, boys, you ready?
Always
Sure.
ready.
I guess so.
So,
Sip of Paratus, that's us.
the year is... God damn it.
That's right.
So the year is 2020, as we all know.
It is.
And we all know that the presidential election is coming up.
It is.
So I have a question for y'all.
Hmm.
In this alternate universe, we have 2 people running for president. Who has your vote between Willie Nelson and The Rock? Go.
Why?
Okay, so
Can I? What if?
who is Republican? Who is Democrat?
Yes.
Well, I need the views too.
They're both...
Or is it just how they
No,
naturally are?
Yeah, I think you just have to assume their
Yeah.
platform based on the personalities they've projected.
Oh,
There we go. We'll go with
Jesus.
that. Because I didn't think that far ahead.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure The Rock's a Democrat.
But Willie's not?
Willie's definitely a Democrat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he flies on
Fucking-
a biodiesel
Yeah,
airplane.
biodiesel
like,
and weed. Hey, you know what? The country be out of debt.
Fucking A, right?
I think Willie's economic policies would be phenomenal.
No, because he's definitely about that whole raise money, give it to other people, because it's that whole farm aid
Yeah.
thing and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's definitely a Democrat.
Yeah.
And he's like a
Wait,
pretty fucking
I
liberal
got the
Democrat.
slogans though. Can you
Okay.
smell what The Rock's cooking, and can you smell what Willie's smoking?
That's not
Or
bad.
how's it? I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. His campaign song.
Well, I'll kick this off.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got?
Based off of self-madeness. All right. The Rock literally walked on to the WCW back then, and basically his personality drove him.
With nothing
to
but a fanny pack to carry him.
Right?
Fucking A,
And a
to,
gold
like-
chain.
his personality drove him to superstardom, and now he is fucking one of the most well-known people on the planet.
Yeah. He's also one of the largest people on the planet.
He is a giant man. I like his work ethic, though. When you see him in the gym, that dude travels with his own fucking gym.
Yeah.
The whole gym.
It's
with the entire gym.
it's like a semi truck.
It's like, and it folds out into a tent, and it's like heated and shit because he works out like at like 110 degrees or some shit. Like, I mean,
Because he's Samoan.
he's a fucking machine. But I guarantee you, foreign policy wise, let somebody fucking intimidate The Rock. Good luck. You know what I mean? My vote's going for Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay.
That's
So
what I'm
I don't know if you all know this, but The Rock's father just died,
Oh.
and I seen that he did a eulogy, and The Rock is very well spoken.
Very well spoken
Yeah.
guy.
Yes.
And I
Because he's
think-
not high like Willie.
I'm not sure that Willie is going to be as well spoken, and Willie doesn't have that look, where he.
I mean, Willie.
The eyebrow?
Willie,
The
I would
look
say
of
Willie's
submission.
a poet, though. I mean, he's been a lyricist for a long time, and
Yeah,
could probably come up with some stuff.
I think Willie could speak okay.
but Willie's.
I just think when challenged, he'd just kind of go like...
So if we're going,
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
yeah.
my vote, my vote right now would probably be The Rock, because Willie's. I mean, he's old.
Yeah, fucking, I think he's like 104.
Yeah,
up
Yeah.
I don't know
He's
if
up
he would make it through a term.
It's not like he can get any grayer.
If he put on a fucking,
I think he might actually already be dead.
if he put on a top hat though, he would be Uncle Sam.
That's
That's a very good
shit.
And
If
that's
he's, if he's not
recognition.
Uncle Sam, he damn sure had a drink with Uncle Sam.
100%. You know what I mean? Like, So he could pull off.
Well, he doesn't have an Uncle Sam because he and Sam are actually first cousins. Like it was like
right, like shit. Sam, I know that motherfucker.
Can't hold his weed.
We're not gonna have a debate. No, there's no presidential
It's just a
debate.
smoke-off.
It's a smoke off.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fucking smoke out.
If it's a smoke off, Willie's gonna win. If it's a
All right.
debate, I'm saying The Rock.
All right. So I think The Rock would definitely run on a like a self-pride kind of platform where it was all about like you should love this country because this country gives you the opportunity to be like whatever the fuck you want to be.
Sure.
So own whatever the fuck that is and then go out and be the absolute best at it.
Well, he's got a bootstrap story.
Right. Well, he also decided that, like I want to be able to like flex my lips. Like he just like he's decided what he wants to be and he's definitely driven his entire life towards being that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, Willie kind of did the same thing, right? Like he was a singer-songwriter, like did all the little clubs, did all the everything, and then just kind of, and never really pursued the whole like want to be huge thing. It's just kind of one of those. Everybody knows who he is. He made the music he wanted to make. I think most people would have a struggle even naming a lot of Willie Nelson's songs, like, but just everybody still knows who the fuck he is. Right?
I honestly think that The Rock would want to get into politics at some point, and I'm pretty sure Willie never once in his life had a desire to be in politics.
Right, but this is the
Which could
this is
make
an
him a
alternate
much
universe.
better politician.
Yeah, and I
Right.
could be wrong.
Isn't
about
Willie from Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it hold any weight?
So I'm getting there.
Okay.
So, but Rock would definitely run on the whole, be who you want to be.
that. Yeah.
But you got to put the work in.
Yeah.
As long as you put the work in, you'll get there, right?
Sure.
Whereas Willie is kind of like a let every man be kind of thing. So I know earlier I was saying like he's definitely the Democrat. I don't know if he's Democrat so much as he would be like the definition of a libertarian, right?
I would say libertarian.
Which
yeah.
is like, I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. It just can't be harmful to somebody else. And other than that, you're kind of on your own, man. Like we're going to make sure you have food
Yeah.
and we're going to make sure there's like roads and schools.
Yeah.
And past that,
Good
you
luck.
kind of I mean, I'm not going to lie, it'd be kind of cool to see the president like hanging out in just like an Airstream. Just like, it's kind of chilling.
My double wide, the
Yeah.
front lawn of the White
So-
House.
Sit on the south lawn, puffing a J.
Right. But I think there is an argument for
Is Willie married?
dude, Willie's got too much game to be married.
Well, I'm just curious. Like, think about what the big ticket items for the first ladies would be. You know what I mean?
Well, hold on. Because I'm gonna run this by you real quick.
Okay.
So Willie, as president, it's kind of piggybacking off what he said. I don't think Willie, just like he didn't pursue stardom in his musical career, I don't think he would pursue fame and power as a president. I think he would literally view it as a community service, like as like a service that he was called upon to perform.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So he would perform it to the best of his capabilities, but wouldn't do it for self-gratification or glory or the trophy or anything like that. Whereas as much as I like Dwayne Johnson, his entire career has existed to build up what Dwayne Johnson is.
Yeah.
Like he's done, his entire career
So I got a
exists
side
to build
question.
him up, whereas Willie's entire career has just been like, I dig it, and some other people dig it, and if they dig it, then I dig it,
I got a
and then
side
everybody
question.
just digs it.
So when
So I think that kind of public servant is the kind of public servant I'd want to see in an office
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So you're going with Willie. then.
when's-
I'm gonna go with
when's
Willie, yeah.
the- Who's the last president we had that was a public servant and not a me person?
Who's the dude that lives in Georgia now? Okay, still alive.
Carter?
Carter.
No,
Oh.
not Carter.
I don't know. I would say Reagan, man.
Yeah, that's
I would
Well,
say
Reagan was a
Reagan.
movie star, man.
yeah.
Reagan,
but-
exactly. It was a movie star. He didn't
But-
need to be the fucking president.
yeah.
You know?
I think
Um,
Trump has an element of like I'm doing this not like I'm doing this to make the country better. I think that's generally how he feels, but it's a lot about him.
I think
it's a lot
he's
of-
It's a lot
doing
about
what
him.
he thinks.
Well, he called it in like the 80s.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he
But
was like,
watching
I'm going to
those-
run for president.
Watching those videos from the 80s,
Like it's almost like this has been a plan.
His ideals haven't changed.
No,
Like
but in the 80s, that was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Like his ideals now in the 80s, that was a Democrat.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Economically.
well, even socially.
Remember when the Democrats used to think that like
But, yeah.
everybody should be treated equal
Yeah,
and that everybody should have to be able to have their own opinion?
it was crazy.
Yeah, crazy time.
Absolutely crazy.
Hey boys, I got a little piece of information here.
What do you
got?
I did some googling. Willie Nelson has been married 4 times.
7
He
kids.
is- He has 7 kids, and one of his kids is named Billy Nelson. So I just,
Way to go, Willie.
yeah, right?
Nice.
Fucking A,
Nice.
Willie.
But he is currently married.
He is currently
Oh,
married.
Yeah.
shit.
How long has he been married?
Since 91.
Since
Wow.
91, huh?
Good for you,
Put in
Willie.
some work.
So,
So I
He's been
wonder
married
what I
4
wonder what
times,
his
and
I
he's
wonder
been
what
married
Willie's first
currently
lady
longer than I have been.
her big thing was. Like, you know, like Michelle Obama's big thing was school lunches. Melania's big thing is, you know,
looking sexy.
looking fucking like a dime piece.
Oh.
My whole thing is, I want to be the
This
first
is-
lady of snack.
This is where it gets. This is where it gets rough, though. So I get all the way down to the bottom of this, and then it says Nelson endorsed O'Rourke.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
That's rough.
yeah.
Hey, this is an
rough.
alternate universe, so we're just going to assume that Beto doesn't even exist. All right, Francis.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Fuck.
even in this universe, he really doesn't exist.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Thank God.
I'm going to take your guns. You're gone.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Fucking good luck with that, bro.
I'm sorry for everything that I've ever stood for and
Yeah.
said, and
Yeah.
anything I might say, I'm sorry for it.
Easy there, Francis.
Fuck you, Francis.
Piece of shit. Fuck.
So yeah, so my vote. You know what? Even with that, I think I'm still sticking
still
with Willie
sticking with
Nelson.
Willie?
I think that's the kind of president
How
that I
about
could
you
just
there,
be
John?
like,
What do you
shit,
think about it?
yeah.
I mean, it's tough. So I don't know.
Because Willie still lives on that Texas backbone. of
No,
just
I
like,
know that.
You
And
go
that's
be
tough.
you,
Like,
and
and the
it's
things
fine.
that Willie's done is, I mean,
I think he's a good dude.
the stuff he's done is pretty awesome. I don't know what The Rock's done. And I know he's done some amazing things. But I think
He bought Kevin Hart that Little Tykes car.
I know that was so awesome. I might have to go with The Rock on this one. The only reason I have to go with that is I think it's kind of like that fresh blood. Willie's been around for a minute. He gets a lot of things. He understands how
I
reality
don't
in life
think
works.
The Rock's a born American.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
Hawaiian.
He's Hawaiian.
I thought he was Samoan.
Well, I mean, sure, but he's Hawaiian.
What?
He's Hawaiian.
Was he born in Hawaii?
He's fucking I think he's from California, actually.
Where was The
he
Rock
is,
born?
He is from Hayward, California.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's from California.
Dang.
All right, so a good friend of mine, Wes Stockel. Shout out to you, Wes. Guy I came up in the Marine Corps with. He, his sister or cousin, one of the two, was engaged. I don't know if they ever end up getting married, but to The Rock's nephew.
The Pebble.
Basically, looked exactly like The Rock, except smaller.
Yeah, the Pebble.
So the Pebble is a fucking great name for this kid. Yeah, right. Like, yeah. And
Chip off the old rock.
from what I understand, and from what Wes told me, is that Dwayne was one of the coolest fucking guys he had ever met. He was down to earth. He was. Every time he talked to somebody, he made it feel like, you know what? I'm talking to you. I don't give a shit about the noise around me. This is you and me having a conversation, and he made whoever he was speaking to feel special.
If
know
you
what I
were
mean?
in a 3-way wrestling match with Dwayne Johnson and Steve Austin,
Oh.
are you then stuck between a rock and a hard place?
What?
I don't know if I'd be stuck.
You guys got it. What? That's a
Oh,
Texas
man.
rattlesnake, man. That's a rock underneath a Texas rattlesnake.
well, Texas
a
rattlesnakes
rattlesnake would be
hide
under a
underneath
rock.
rocks. So
Would it be a snake under a rock?
And
if
this
Dwayne
train has completely derailed.
the whiskey's starting to kick in. It's getting
Oh,
weird.
man, this hasn't even been that long. Shit,
Getting fucking weird.
This is drink one, dude. Fuck.
It's been a long day, man.
Yeah?
Needed this.
It's been a long fucking day, man.
So yeah, all right. So it looks like we've got 3 for Dwayne
Yeah,
and 1 for Willie.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, can we just solve?
Plus,
the,
I just want to be able to say
Can we just solve the whole debate and make this just a perfect
this is
world?
Willie, my commander in chief.
Oh,
Can we have The Rock as a president and Willie as a VP? I'll vote for that.
Oh,
Could
I'd
we go
vote the
old school
fuck out
though?
of
Because
that.
that's how a
it used to be-
presidential election
Yeah.
is.
Whoever came in
Hey,
second was the vice
Hey,
president.
As long as I get to fly on Air Force 2.
Yeah, I want to go with the VP. I'll be private security.
Because it's gonna fly on. That one's gonna fly on biodiesel.
It doesn't matter. I'll be so high that plane goes down. I won't even
Well,
know.
yeah, it's at like 35,000 feet.
I'll be higher. Be watching
higher
a
than
plane. Be like, you see that plane going down? Damn.
Dude, yeah. If in our universe the election goes down that whoever loses
Becomes VP.
becomes VP, I
Yeah.
get behind that system.
Why'd they stop that?
Money.
Because more people became
Did you
populated
know
in the
there
world.
was a couple times in the past where the president and vice president were different parties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if that happened today.
Every time that it was the two people
Assassinations
running
would
for
go way
president.
up.
Back in the day, dude. Like,
Yeah, back in the day, it was always that
like,
way.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson lost to Adams, which is why Thomas Jefferson was VP.
Right, and
to
Adams was
Adams.
president.
Yeah, they were like, well, you know, we're
Like-
kind of the two best, so why don't we just work together? Cool.
What?
Deal.
What?
Oh,
Now,
What? Wait.
now, way back in the
What
day
language
before they
were you just
started
speaking?
assigning powers, though, the VP, like, the only job he had was to break ties.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all he did.
Yeah, it was literally.
So it was
like,
kind of like a bullshit job.
like you're not allowed in the cabinet fucking position.
Which, you
you're
know
not
what?
allowed fucking
I'm kind of down for going back to that, too.
Me too.
like-
You lost.
No, even if you have a VP.
Yeah.
Like, if you're running with a VP assigned
really
on your
your-
ticket,
the-
his only fucking job is to break ties.
That's
Like,
really
that's
what it is.
That's your only job. You don't get extra duties. You don't get to be an
I'd be-
ambassador. You don't go give speeches. You don't even get to try. Why? Because the schmuck that put all the money together to run for president looked at you and said, "Hey, you get to come along for the ride."
Yeah.
It's not like you did anything.
Yeah, I agree.
I like
Like-
the fact that the VP can.
You know why
Go
Trump
do-
hasn't been fucking assassinated? Because liberals hate Mike Pence way more
Well,
than
but I
Trump.
like the fact that the VP can go do things that like goes to talk to the troops, go do this and that, and think like that the president.
Sure,
can't
if you
do
want to
that.
go glad hand, I just don't think
Yeah.
that should have anything to do with policy.
Well, okay, maybe.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
I
yeah.
think that, and I don't care what the fuck party you're from. I don't think the VP should have anything to do with policy. You want to go fucking kiss
What-
hands
what-
and shake
what
babies,
do they have
knock
to do
yourself
with
out. They
policy?
they're on like committees and all sorts of shit
Yeah.
now.
But
Yeah,
They sit in
it's-
cabinet meetings, like they do all that shit.
and it never was
I could
that.
sit in a cabinet meeting and it'd probably have the same effect.
Like it's historical fact that George Washington kicked John Adams out of his cabinet meetings.
Yep.
And he was like, "All right, John, have a good one." And they were like, he was like,
Go
"What?"
on and get.
And he's like, "Yeah, this ain't you.
Yeah.
You're over there.
Go on.
I'm over here.
You
You're
have
in
a
the
chair to go
legislative.
sit in
You're
case
you have a job.
in case the Senate comes to a
with the
tie,
Senate,
and then
like-
you're just gonna go like, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
That's their whole job.
yep." So I think we've solved this debate, there, kids.
Yeah.
And
So-
if we were a cross section of society, The Rock would be president.
I think Justin's got some input.
and in our own fucking
You could
universe,
literally have
Willie would
Rock
be
Hard
VP.
Willie 2020.
God, damn, I love it. I love it.
Well, boys,
up?
before we sign this off, let's get the final votes here. So, Mikey, you want to start?
I'm going with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes, samesies.
Rock.
Rock Hard Willie 2020.
Rock hard Willie.
Yep. There you go. Thank you for tuning into this Master Debate. Available wherever your podcasts are available. This one's a weird one, but yeah, I like it. Fucking
I think Willie would have been a better president in 1920.
He was born in 1933.
Oh,
Fuck, I wasn't far off, man.
I
He
know.
was like 87 years old.
Yeah.
he's up there.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Jazz?
All right, boys. As always, I'd like to thank you for being my freedom friends.
Fucking A.
I'm out of booze, so I'm gonna cheers with the cigar.
Oh, there you go.
I asked in all of yours.
We'd like for you to
Fine,
like,
Warfighter Tobacco
share,
Lab.
subscribe,
Actually, you fucking
find us
did.
on any podcast platform that you could possibly imagine, short of some weird shit that you think you're hipster enough to be fucking downloading shit from, which probably isn't our audience anyways. So,
Napster. We're on Napster.
but
Half
do all that kind of
our audience
stuff.
Doesn't know what Napster.
Tell your
is.
friends, tell your mom, listen to us through your speakers at work so that everybody can be offended. And we'd love to hear those stories. If you have something you'd like us to debate, go ahead and throw it in those comments section down below.
Yeah.
And let us
Or
know.
hit us up at freedomfriendspodcast@gmail.com.
Or that one.
Yeah.
But comments are easier because
Yeah.
emails.
Because nobody actually monitors the email.
Yeah.
I check
No,
like once a week.
We have one that does.
I have it.
I check it like once a
So,
week.
and until it's time for you to hear the sultry sounds of all of our voices again, we encourage you to smoke on, drink on, and freedom the fuck on, guys.
Yes, sir.
Rock Hard Willie 2020.